the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Touting my name, touting my style like an energy. I never fall short, I just keep coming. I huff and I snort to the goal, yo. I ain't your friend, ho, I take you down, though. We fight for our rights, this isn't a game. We live for the ride, we're going down in flames. We don't give nothing when nothing is due. In the end when it falls, it's on top of you.
Fresco Radio. Behold.
Oh, you know what's going on today. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, man, I'm feeling real good, man. Let me get the camera real quick to the front. Yeah, you know how it is. What's going on? Woo! I got the visors on today. I got the visors on. I'm representing. You know how we got our condition today. This is your boy, Fresco, and welcome to the fifth, 5th episode of the Fresco Show. Woo! We got some things to get into, folks, so hold tight, grab a snack, and tune in with the hashtag, the Fresco Show. Join the movement. Ooh, let me get some that straight black stuff. Yes. All right. Behold, you are now in the presence of the fly. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today on this new journey that I've been on. It's been a real fun one, folks, and we are just getting started. First things first, my co-host, Madam Rice. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling great? How great you feeling?
I'm feeling like $1 million. Fresco.
Oh, that's right. You sound like $1 million. Look like $1 million. It's all in one encompassing combination. You know what I'm saying? Before that, hold that thought. You know, we get it started, man. It's a Monday. It's been a long weekend. We got to get it started with a little drink, man. I'm almost out of this honey jack. The next drink I bring to the studio, you got no idea what I'm bringing next. But it's good. Cheers. All right, guys.
How you doing today, Fresco?
I am doing wonderful. I am feeling good, feeling great. We are, of course, live here on multiple platforms here on Facebook Live, IG Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, Periscope, the Go Live Vegas. Man, we everywhere. Oh, yeah, we everywhere. We are getting it going, guys. Let me adjust this real quick. There you go. Now I'm in my zone. All right. Now I'm in my zone. I'm in my zone. I'm feeling real good, but also very somber at the same time.
Nice.
All right. Madam Rice, what do we got for news on the fly?
News on the fly. Athletes from multiple sports have temporary boycott amid recent outrage. Okay.
So right now with the NBA, NHL, other sports, they're back to playing again, right? But last week, wherever you know what's going on with the shootings and things, a lot of these players decided to take a stand, and they boycotted multiple games through multiple sports. We've never seen this before in our history of just America watching sports and all that stuff. It was truly something to kind of like behold, no pun intended. NBA players, of course, decided in the bubble that they were outraged by what happened with Jacob Blake, a man who was shot in the back 7 times and left paralyzed. It was kind of the final straw for them at this point, and there was a lot of tension to the to the result of them saying, "Hey, we're out." Season's over. We're not trying to distract y'all no more with these things. We got to take care of these issues. Now, of course, after multiple talks and multiple meetings with families and stuff, they decided to resume the season. But Madam Rice, what type of impact does that have for players and athletes to be like, hey, enough is enough. We got the power here. We're going to stop when we want.
I think it's a huge impact. And I mean it in a good way. Because these athletes, they have the power. People are watching them from all over the world. And for them to take a stand and to say, hey, look, we've got the power and this is what we're going to do about it. I think that, it's commendable. And I think that that's something that the sports, we saw it with Colin Kaepernick, but it's something that the sportsmen can use to their advantage, definitely.
For sure. These, we hold celebrity such a high degree for some reason in these last several decades. And a lot of times celebrities, we kind of hold them to this almost unrealistic model of how they should be.
Right.
We almost have them in the same breath as like political people or, or people or leadership. Because for a lot of us, these athletes who've been able to come up from their struggles and come up from their backgrounds were able to become heroes for their communities. Yeah. So seeing this wouldn't have happened 4 years ago.
Oh, definitely not.
This wouldn't have happened 5, maybe not even 2. There would have been a big disgruntlement and, shit would hit the fan real quick. But now you can kind of feel it. This year has been very, we all know it's been very tough.
Taxing. It's been tough. You're right.
Very taxing and just adding extra pressure to the situation with stuff we're already dealing with. I'm proud of these fellas for taking a stand.
So am I.
I'm proud of them for really trying to make a difference here. Yeah. And playoffs have been off the chain. So on a selfish note, I'm glad they're back playing just because I missed basketball so much. So to have them back doing their thing, it's been great. Next topic, please.
Luka Doncic scores 38 points and lost to Clippers. Is he already a top 5 player?
All right. We've been hearing the tabloids for the last week. First things first, Clippers won, so y'all can kiss my ass. My segment last week, You in Trouble Now. I know Doc Rivers. I know they all listened to my show, and it was like, damn, man, Fresco getting on us. Their most loyal and great fan. We got to step it up, and they won 2 straight. So shout out to the Clippers.
Yeah, shout out to the Clippers.
But back to Luka Doncic. He was killing us the whole series. He got whatever he wanted. I think he averaged like 30-something points against us in the playoffs and a bunch of other stats. He was killing us. It was hard to watch. And it's funny because this dude's not even all that quick. His lateral movement is slow. But, just like in a wrestling game, just because someone may not be quick doesn't mean that they're not shifty and not smart with their body. So they definitely made life hard for the Clippers. Luka Doncic. Is he a top 5 player, though? I don't know. I would say no, just off the bat. I think he's only 21. He's only 21 years old.
Wow,
so
he's a baby.
He's got so much more time to destroy the league that I think I can afford to say he's not top 5 right now. My top 5, no particular order, would be, of course, Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
LeBron James.
I agree.
Kevin Durant.
All right.
James Harden, Giannis. That's a good top 5 for anybody. I think to crack that, you really got to be on. You got to have some playoff success. This is the first playoffs he's had. So people got to stop jumping the gun so much on that and really, see what's popping. But I get it. People are excited. people were really excited about the Clippers losing, so they were really hyped whenever he did anything, like anything. Man, over Twitter over the last weekend when we lost that crazy game, people were sending me shit on Twitter. They were sending me the shot made in slow motion over Reggie Jackson.
Oh no!
While playing Kanye West, if you met you, don't trust you. Beautiful morning. Yeah, they was doing the slow motion. I was like, I ain't trying to hear y'all, man. Get off my timeline. Get off my timeline. But Luka's got a long way to go, but he's right there on the edge when it comes to being an elite star. So props to him. What is the next topic, Madam Rice?
Next topic, Bailey and Sasha lose their tag titles.
This one was kind of hard for me. As you guys all know, I'm a big Sasha Banks fan. And they've been killing it all year. They've been doing their best work I've seen in a long time. They, of course, lost the women's tag team titles to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I watched back that match yesterday and I watched it again this morning. It was a killer finish, and they really did a good job. I guess my question would be now is how long before they just drop it all and they just start feuding with each other between Bailey and Sasha?
Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
You know what? In a way, me too, because they've been doing such a great job being a tandem.
Yeah,
they've been killing it, and they've been very, very entertaining. So it's great. It's great to see that. Very happy that Nia Jax is getting some love. I'm not everyone hates Nia Jax for some reason. I think she's doing well. Shayna Baszler, of course, a killer.
Yeah.
Killing out there. And, killing. Before we get to our next topic, folks, don't forget to give us a call toll free at 702-329-6947. Folks, give us a call and let us know how you're feeling. Oh, the Shade's watching. How you doing, the Shade? What's up, man? You saw the list today?
Oh, Fresco.
I love you, Shade. Don't be mad at me. Next topic,
love
please.
Love you, Shade. Next topic. Oh, perfect segue. BW 500 list.
Okay. So, what I'm referring to, last week there was a PWI 500, and that's of course a list where a magazine place puts together what they think is the top 500 wrestlers in the world. And it's fun to look at. It's fun to see who makes it, who's not, who's talking.
Right.
There was a new list that came out, and it is for black wrestlers. Last year they had a black wrestler 250, and this year they have a black wrestler 500. And guess who made the list this year?
Fresco.
Cue the picture, please. Oh, cue the picture. Show the people what we talking about, folks. I'm a hype beast, so we get it popping. You see the list right there, folks? You see the list? That is a great list. On top, of course, my girl Sasha Banks. But look who's number 159.
Who is that?
Oh!
Fresco-matic.
Fresco-matic. In his second year in the game.
Yeah.
159 on the list. Of course, now first things first, not everyone who should be on the list is on the list. So shout out to my guys like Watson and them. They should have been on this list too as well.
Yeah, they should have. Yep.
They missed some, but it's kind of fun to see that because you've been working so hard trying to do things and someone recognizes it. So, and me, I'm going to milk that shit. So 159, Fresco-matic. Ha-ha.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Madam Rice. Also on that list is Ice Williams, Shogun Jones,
of course,
Maserati, Queen Estrella, The Shade,
Chris Bay,
of course, Mr. Classic. I'm missing some people there, but definitely check that out. It's a real fun list to see. Just seeing a different connection with different types of wrestlers, kind of just being showcased. Yeah. So real fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're gonna try to get the top 100 next year. I know I'm jumping ahead the gun here, but we gotta make sure we keep going up. Going up. All right. What is next on the topics?
Marquez Houston engaged to his 19-year-old girlfriend, and he is 39 years old.
Okay, so this is kind of nasty. I checked this out earlier last weekend, and I was seeing Twitter. a lot of people were like, hey, let's, get Marcus Houston out of here. And I'm like, okay, someone's getting canceled again. What happened this time? And then, and then looking into it, and I saw, Madam Rice, you have a story on this, don't you? A little bit on it?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I do. So his girlfriend, back in 2016, she ran away from home. And then she resurfaces 11 days before her 18th birthday. 11 days after her 18th birthday.
Okay.
And she is engaged to Marcus Houston.
So she just reappeared out of nowhere.
She reappeared out of nowhere, engaged to this man.
Man, I feel like 2020 is a big revelation of just revealing who people really are.
Yeah.
And this is nasty.
It's nasty.
It's nasty because, like, I feel like there's so many groomers in the game, and they do it all types of different ways, and we got to stop that. We got to stop that. That is borderline, insanity. To have that stuff going on is nasty. This girl hasn't even legal to drink in some states, and she's been hidden and then reappeared ready to marry.
Yeah, I want to know what was going on while she had ran away. What was going on? We know she was with Marcus Houston.
Yeah. We
know that for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this reminds me a little bit of just off the little information I got. Reminds me a little bit of the R. Kelly situation where he had people at his house kind of just, chilling until he wanted them to do something else.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
it's sickening. My stomach right now is doing flips thinking about it.
Who would have thought, little Roger from Sister, could be,
a creep. It's creepy.
Yeah.
He's
he's
old enough to be her father.
Oh, yeah. 39, 19. That's,
20 years.
You do the math for sure. Yeah, I hope we can stop more of this stuff in the future. If not, definitely let them know that, that this ain't allowed. We don't play that, especially with some fly queens. You got to let them grow and, grow. You know what? Let
me say this. I just thought about this. Back in the olden days, young women at the age of 14 and 16, that's what they did. They got married to older men and they started having children, sometimes before their bodies were even capable of carrying a child.
Very true.
So, like you said, we're in 2020. Things have changed, and it needs to stop. It's gross.
Absolutely. Let's end it on a positive note on the fly news. What do we got next?
Megan Thee Stallion, my favorite, one of my favorites, takes home VMA award for her best video.
Of course, she over the weekend, the VMAs were this weekend, and Megan, of course, won the best hip hop video. This is, of course, after all stuff happened with her and Tory Lanez. I just want to give a big shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, all the women like that who are rapping, trying to keep their genre alive and keep it popping. Big props to her. She's been on a tear all year, and for her to kind of come back from the situation with Tory Lanez, getting shot in the foot and then having to be quiet about it and not say nothing about it, to her reaping success and more success. Of course, the WAP video is just still killing views all over the internet. It's still talked about to this day.
Yeah.
And we're seeing her now flourish in a different genre of the game where people are giving her accolades she deserves. So, Of course, for the video, it was for Savage. That involved Beyonce. So,
good one.
They've been doing their thing for a long time, and Megan has been doing it for a while, but she is already, to me, probably a top 10 MC. I know that's controversial for people who think rap is, a certain way, but me, who knows rap, who has 2 albums out, who's,
don't kill him,
who's had awards for music, I know what good music sounds like, and what good lyrics sound like, and what good,
you do,
and Megan checks off a lot of those boxes for me. A lot of boxes for me. Fun stuff. But we will be right back, folks. Just quick commercial break, folks, and we will get into it, and we will get to our guests as well.
Are you looking for a reliable place to get a haircut? Or is it time for your man to get that shape up? Look no further than Las Vegas's own A1 Barbershop. Located in the heart of the Boulevard Mall to fulfill all of your hair needs. with top-tier barbers such as Slow, artist Cushy Jackson, and Fresco's personal barber Brennan.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
Yeah, you know, when I put the commercial out there, I gotta bust out the new hairstyle. You know how it goes. If I'm gonna get, shot at my hair, yeah, you know how it goes, man. The bowl, always go to A1 Barbershop, man. They hook up everybody who's got some hair. You got some hair? Check it out. They're gonna hook it up. I'm always looking crispy before matches, crispy before the show, because my barber takes care of me. Right, Madam Rice?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to get into this real quick before we get into our guest. Of course, the shirt I'm wearing right now, if you can't tell, it's a Black Panther shirt. We lost, to me, already a legend this past weekend in Chadwick Boseman. 43 years old, died unexpectedly of colon cancer. Real heavy on my mind the last couple of days because he's done so much in the time that apparently he was diagnosed with this in 2016.
Yeah.
And at that point, he put out 5 movies. A lot of them, huge blockbuster films. And they always ask for wrestlers, what's it like to kind of like not have a mask or just kind of be out there in the public and how people receive you and just how is that every day going? And at times it can be difficult. I can imagine what he was going through, having a tour, the press run, all this stuff while he was, battling this and going to chemo for it.
Right.
It kind of hurts my soul a bit, but he's listed a big legacy at 43.
He has. And it's a shame, but I personally think, and we've talked about this a little bit, when people are done in this life, when they've done their purpose, God calls them back, and obviously he's touched many people through his movies, and I'm sure through his personal relationships.
Yeah.
And it was time for him to go to heaven.
It was definitely shocking, just considering what was still on the rise for him to do. He was supposed to do Black Panther 2, supposed to do other things as well. I mean, he done played all my black heroes growing up for the most part. Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall. My dad loved Thurgood Marshall, and now I think what I want to get to say is that his legacy will never be forgotten.
Absolutely.
Now, with Black Panther, probably a classic now, and you just hope that people respect the legacy going forward. Now, let me ask you this. I know this is really early, but would you think Disney would try to recast him anytime soon for Black Panther?
Well, I hope not. I think on Disney's part, that would be very capitalist.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think that it would be in very poor taste for Disney,
Very
but
poor
Disney
taste.
owns so many things, so
Everything.
who knows what they're going to do.
Yeah, I would hope they would find a cool way to kind of have a send-off.
Yeah.
I know people have been bringing up the idea of having Shuri, his sister, take the mantle, because in the comics she took the mantle as well for times and bits and pieces. So if we can do something like that, I think that would be really cool, especially for for black women to have a superhero like that, who's now the queen of Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, man. Wakanda. Of course, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
We miss you already. Your presence, your grace, the way you handle things. It was a movement. That was a whole movement. The rollout, like that kind of rollout you hope to get for a pay-per-view, for a big match. You hope to get that kind of buzz, but it was so big. People were coming out in droves. Dashikis were back in style.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was trying to get they Black Panther on in their own way. So it was definitely a bright moment for me. I couldn't wait When I saw that trailer for the first time in the NBA Finals, I'm like, man, this is it.
How many times did you watch that
I
trailer,
watched that trailer
Fresco-matic?
so many damn times. I watched it, and I was hype beasting it up for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For
that was
sure.
That was a good movie. I mean, I think about the children, about the black little boys and girls who got to see this superhero, this king, take the stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I loved how they made him, of course he's like in the comics too, but just very sophisticated, very elegant, calculated how he moved. A lot of times I feel like when they put black characters on television, they have them act a certain way.
They do.
They have them,
I agree.
they have them kind of derogatory. They want him vicious. He was just so soft spoken, but you knew that there was rage behind it. Like you felt the T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman. So one last time, folks, rest in peace.
Rest in power.
To Black Panther, the original Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman. Rest in power. All right. Yes. Now, before we get to the stuff, we're going to get into some things real quick. And you know how it goes. And we're going to make it poppin'. Okay. A little early, but all right. We're here. All right. Yes. You know how we do, folks. You know how we on the Fresco show. We only get top quality guests on the show. And if you know who this man is, you're about to find out right now. He's the first ever No Limits champion, Triple Crown winner at FSW. I give you the 86er, Remy Marcel.
Oh, Fresco, I appreciate that very much, my friend. I appreciate you having me on the show today.
Yeah. How you feeling today, Remy?
Oh, great, brother. Madam Rice, how you doing?
All right. Before we get started, I got to get a little shot for you. Are you cool with taking a shot?
Oh, absolutely. What you got there?
I got some honey jack. Something simple.
Smooth. Let's get that in.
All right, yeah. Folks, here we go. Give me a little shot too. There you go.
Yeah, man. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Thanks for having
Excellent.
me.
No problem. All right, Remy. Excellent.
right.
It's good to have you on, man. You said you're feeling good, man. How's your body feeling, man?
After Saturday night, we were in a car crash. Let me tell you.
Oh, man, for sure. Remy, it's real good to have you on because I feel like you're one of the few guys around still who definitely knows the ins and outs, not only of the Vegas wrestling scene, but in particular with FSW. You've been there since the beginning, and you've really seen it grow. What's it like seeing you, having you watch the product and be part of the product and seeing it grow to what it is today?
Listen, when I first started in Vegas, there was really nothing here. At least the athletic commission was such a, and they had their hands in it so well that you had to jump through a lot of hoops at first. So to see how well it's grown into what it is today, I mean, not only do we have FSW, but we have a few others that are popped up versus Big Valley, and I mean it's a testament to what the Vegas scene has come, how far it's come.
Yeah, for sure, man. Remy Marcel, of course, he's a guy who's very, very, very versatile. We showed the pictures real quick of Remy Marcel throughout his career. We've seen a lot of different looks. And when I was scouring through, I'm like, man, he's done this too. He was, you've been different. Like here, we see you right here on the screen.
Oh, that's Shark Dress Man.
Yeah, of course, during his Whirlwind Gentleman days. Is that the Elite Championship?
That was the No Limits title at that point. There's
okay.
there's the start of the 86ers right there.
There
with,
it is.
My
with
two boys.
Yeah, with Killer Cross there as well, folks. So,
Big shout out to Killer Cross.
Big pedigree there in great company. You look from here, another shot there. Remy, of course, accomplished tag team wrestler as well. For you in a lot of ways, I look up to you a lot because, because you've done tag team wrestling successful, but then you've jumped to singles and been successful too. What's it like for you to kind of jump between divisions and roles? Because that's not exactly easy for everyone to do.
Well, anybody that knows me personally knows that I'm a huge tag wrestling fan. Like, that was my very first match that I saw as a kid was the Hart Foundation versus Demolition. So I was hooked.
Okay.
So hooked at that point, and I love tag wrestling. But when you first start out, you're a singles guy. And my first run at the career, probably for the first 6 years of my career, I was just strictly a singles guy. All the way up until FSW, when I started doing real singles stuff, where I was winning championships and stuff like that. It took me so far, and then it took my best friend coming to live in the state before I could even venture into tag wrestling. So I'm glad I finally got to the opportunity to venture into a tag wrestling, and it be so heavy, and it took me all the way around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Remy Marcel traveled all over the world, including China, different spots. He's been in the dojos. He is vetted, if that's the word to use. Coming up, what was it like for you to come up in the game, especially when there was nothing here in Vegas for wrestling? How did you find a way to stand out and do your thing?
Well, my very first time in pro wrestling as an atmosphere was me and my buddy. We were so heavy into pro wrestling, we couldn't get enough pro wrestling. So if you were a kid in the 90s, Monday night was your night to watch 8 hours of pro wrestling. Yeah. So we went down to a local fed here, and at the time the athletic commission was there, so you couldn't run like full-on shows. It was free for everybody. So me and my buddy were like, oh man, let's go check this out. Ironically, I met Funny Bone, and he had a buddy. His name was Matt, who I also knew not through wrestling. They let us in the ring that night, and man, the rest was history, man.
The rest is history.
While pro wrestling wasn't really happening in Vegas as consistently, so you go and start for a couple months, and then it break for a couple months, and then you start for a couple months, and then you break.
Excellent. Okay.
Then it was done.
Wait, 1 second. We got a phone call coming in.
All right.
We got a phone call.
Interrupted.
Bring them on, folks. You're on the Fresco show with Remy Marcel. Who is this and where are you from?
What's up, Fresco? What's up, Remy? This is Garth. I'm from Vegas.
Oh,
hey, what's going on?
Got a point for the Garth, you know what I'm saying? Is that who we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. Hey, I just wanted to reach out to both you gentlemen and basically thank you for welcoming in this California Mark when he came out to join the FSW family. Both you gentlemen put on a show every time you get in the ring, and I don't care what anybody says about Remy's old looks. The one he's got right now is absolutely golden.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for enjoying that.
Thank you, Garth. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for the call.
All right, man. You guys be safe. Always be safe, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the ring.
We appreciate your support, Garth. Thank you.
Thank you. Always, always. Of course, Garth. Where were we, Remy? You were
yeah, man. So Bone let me in the ring, so that was a start. But you couldn't really do anything in Vegas because it would start and stop. You know, you have little promotions pop up here and there, and then they get canceled for whatever reason, whether it was the athletic commission or they just didn't have the money. So me and my buddy, we went to a Chushin Liger seminar at the Inoki Dojo in Santa Monica, where they killed us, man, and it was awesome. We couldn't wait to head back. So me. At the time, my buddy Jack Manley and two other friends, we moved out to Santa Monica and joined the New Japan Dojo. And man, 9 months later, it was carved out of wood.
Damn. Okay, so you dropped everything and went to Santa Monica.
Yep.
And you just freeballed it from there.
Yeah, man. We didn't have jobs. We didn't have nothing. In fact, I got into a car accident the weekend before I left. Right? And my buddy, fucking saint that he is, put the damage on a credit card just so we can get the hell out there, just so we could do this, because we had already planned that this was what was going on. Wow. So we already went out there in the hole. We went and survived for 9 months. I worked at a Bed Bath & Beyond just to pay the bills. It was 5 days a week, wake up at 6 in the morning, clean the dojo, pro wrestle for 5 to 6 hours. Then you went into Bed Bath & Beyond for the next 6 hours until you went to sleep.
How was that? How was Bed Bath & Beyond?
In Santa Monica was wonderful.
Man,
I love that story.
Man, see, that's definitely a testament to just kind of a little bit of what it's going to take to really get ahead in this type of business?
Oh, it was paying dues. It was paying dues. That's the definitive paid dues, right?
For sure.
Right, suffering on an air mattress. In fact, Jack's air mattress got flattened because we virtually lived on top of the office in the dojo, which was all just plywood.
Oh.
So he bought an air mattress. It got flattened by a nail, and he pretty much slept on plywood for 9 months. It was rough living, baby.
Man. But during that time, you learned so much, and you gained a lot of knowledge.
Right. Because my trainer at that time was Shinsuke Nakamura.
That's a name drop. That's a name drop right there.
So that was my trainer.
Woo!
That was who broke me in to real pro wrestling when I really formally got trained. Like I was trained by Nick Bockwinkel for a little bit, like a handful of times.
Oh my gosh!
And then Scott Casey was the one who really taught me in Vegas. But we really only got so far. Like when I trained at the New Japan Dojo, it took me to that next level. It just made me like again. We were carved out of wood, bro. It was like, psh.
Excellent. Okay. You do that, and I believe you go to the East Coast at some point, don't you?
Right. We came back here because the New Japan Dojo closed. So we came out. I came back to Vegas, and there was nothing going on. So my family's all from New Jersey. Like that's where originally I'm from, but I grew up here in Vegas. So I'm from Trenton, New Jersey, which is a tough area to be around. And so when I went out there was nothing going on except the Ring of Honor school or the Ring of Honor. So it was about 45 minutes away from where I lived. I didn't live in Trenton. I went to a little town called New Egypt. It was like a little one street town. It was awesome, man. But it was in the middle of Jersey, so it was in the middle of a forest.
For sure.
45 minutes every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for a year straight of going down to the New Japan or the ROH dojo, learning under Delirious.
Wow.
And just trying to cut my teeth on getting like dark matches or anything that had Ring of Honor TV. And at the time, Mark Cuban was associated with it, so it was HD Net.
HD Net.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was really, really good, and it was like a lot of. I don't know, progressive. Like the way they would shoot things and the way their graphics were, it was just a lot ahead of its time. So Pierce was my agent, and so he's an agent at
wow.
WWE, right?
Adam Pierce.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So my very first dark match was against John Moxley.
Wow.
Right. So
another big drop. Boom. We just dropped another one.
So that was my very first ROH stint when I moved out to the East Coast. But yeah, man, nothing was going on here. It was terrible.
Oh yeah, I definitely heard of that. The Unprofessional Wrestling Group says, "What's up, Remy?" from your boys in Idaho.
Love those guys. You guys will enjoy the match I just did with Adriel, man. Hopefully, because Adriel's from Idaho.
Idaho's
too.
own
Yeah,
Adriel
man.
Noctis.
Love that
Shout
kid.
out
He's
to
crazy.
Adriel.
He's crazy as hell. Oh man, so we're going through this chronicle right now. You've done stuff with New Japan and the Dojo,
Yep.
ROH. So you got two of the 5 major companies in the world that's taking you in and you've gotten knowledge from.
Yeah.
That's real excellent. So what decided to bring you back to Vegas and start wrestling here when there was something going on?
Well, so when I was out in New Jersey, everything was kind of like my folks were moving. Everything was just kind of dispersing. So the ROH school was also kind of not really doing a whole lot, and there was a thought process that they might shut down or move to Baltimore.
Okay, yeah.
So it didn't happen for much later on, but I was a waiter. That was what I did for a living when I was out there just hustling and trying to struggle. So the wage out there was dirt cheap. It was like $2.13 an hour.
Whew.
So you made all your wages on tips.
Everything on tips.
Except out here in Vegas, you actually made minimum wage. So I thought the best thing I could do is go out to Vegas, and there was like 2 or 3 other promotions out here. Like Rikishi had a promotion out here that I was starting to get into, right? And then FSW had a show. So there's 2 or 3 other promotions that were kind of making some noise. So I was like, oh man, let me go back to Vegas. I'll wait some tables and see what I can do. And then I hadn't been on the West Coast for a real long time, so I was ready to come back to the West Coast.
That's excellent.
Where
man.
did you wait tables at?
Red Robin.
Nice.
Yeah. Eventually, I got into a 5-star dining, but it was like a Mediterranean place.
Okay.
But it just waiting tables. Man, it was tough, man.
Man, I bet, man. You know, the grind of trying to make ends meet while you're trying to chase the dream of being a pro wrestler is one of the most understated things you possibly could talk about with people who
It
don't.
really is the pay and the dues. It really is. I think like if you're in the entertainment business, I think they know.
Yeah.
Like it's the same goes across for comics, actors. It's all the same stuff, man. You do, and you have an ends to a means, which is some stupid 9 to 5 that you're just trying to make some good money out it, and then it's the night gig, yeah, and then it's
change.
It's 80 hours a week because it does not stop.
Oh man, and then you go to training, and then you get your ass kicked, and then you do it all over again. It's definitely the Warriors way for sure. So Remy, man,
Yeah.
we look at your FSW career, man. You've done almost everything
One
possible.
belt away, one belt away, baby, from everything.
Wow, you know, of
One
course,
championship away.
you were the first No Limits champion.
Yep.
You were multiple time tag team champion.
Yep.
I think you won the elite championship.
I was an elite champion.
Belt's not even around no more.
No.
He won that.
Yep.
And of course, heavyweight championship. I'll talk about that real quick. What was going on for that to happen? Like, to kind of let me know, like, what was your mind process going into the match against Eli Drake for the FSW Heavyweight Championship? At the time, you were already a champ.
Right. So
what was going into it?
So shoot.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so 2 weeks prior to heading into anything, I was white hot at the time. I felt the sharp dressed man couldn't get any white hotter. So we were going into Samstown, and the idea was Joe had this idea it was going to be Eli Drake versus Tyshawn, and I went to Joe and was like, I think I should wrestle Tyshawn and let I think Tyshawn is still going to be champion at that point. And he was just like, Eli Drake, man. So we 2 weeks beforehand, I still was pitching this in the parking lot, and Joe was like, You're 5'6", you're 160 pounds, you're never going to be the world champion.
Oh
Do you
my
understand
gosh.
this?
Wow.
And I said, okay, Joe, I understand. And 2 weeks, right before a week into it, Eli Drake's, getting signed. So I believe at that point in time, the belt had changed to Eli Drake. So it was going to be billed as Eli Drake versus Tyshawn. That could not happen. We did have a show right before the big main event at Samstown, and sure enough, Joe threw me in there with old Eli Drake. And
Oh my goodness.
more often than not, Remy Marcel always catches the W over Eli Drake.
Wow.
Look at it back.
Looking back
Look
at
at
it.
it back.
Looking back at it. Speaking of which, one of the most loyal fans in the game, Brandy Laurie, says, Remy, the
Yes.
next Nevada State champion.
True.
That's a great segue. I was getting right to that.
It's real.
So with everything you've done in FSW, becoming heavyweight champion, you've reached the top of the mountain. That Nevada State title, it is vacant. You got any plans for that going on, Remy?
Oh, there's only one way, man. You know, it's going around this waist. You know, I again, my whole thought process coming back from China is that it changed me, right? Like I had to come back different, just a new level, just something different, gritty.
Yeah.
And I came back, and I knew that the No Limits Championship was going to be my very first set goal. Within a matter of months of returning to in-ring action, no problem. And I mean, I was hitting guys with shovels.
Yeah.
Like I hit ice with a shovel, and normally people will boo that kind of stuff, but you laugh too, right? 'Cause who doesn't want to hit ice with a shovel, man? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Shout out to
For sure.
Ice.
Shout out to Ice. Shout out to Ice. You've done that. Yeah, the fans absolutely love you. It don't matter what you're doing. It don't matter who you're beating up or who you're pumping up.
It's just different now, man.
Yeah.
Before I was the Afro man, and I was a sharp dressed man, and I was having a good time, and I was being fun, and again, nobody took me serious. Now it's a whole nother level. Like it's serious now. Like I'm really trying to leave dudes 8 miles out and 6 feet deep.
86er.
Man.
Look at that, man. So you've had so many metamorphoses through your career. You've been the world man. You've been the fun man. You ain't playing no games these days.
Nah.
You're looking out for that. And also, you touched on it earlier. You went to China.
Yeah.
You spent time in China. Of course, FSW had a roster, a good roster, going to China to help build that brand over there. What was that like for you to be in a foreign place for an extended period of time?
It made me love America. I'm not going to lie. Like, if you ever like question anything from home, and it could be anywhere. I think everybody who's born in their native land, it will always have a special place in that heart for it. People do go and live abroad, and that's okay. And I just knew, like, spending over almost 2 years there, like, I couldn't wait to come home every single time. I missed my freedoms of getting in my car and eating the food that I love. And they do have good food, man, and they made everything amazing. But it did change me as a wrestler. It changed me as a human being, too. I became a little bit more on a spiritual side as far as my personal life. But in the end, like, my career, my profession, it definitely hardened me up. I learned some tough lessons professionally while I was there. And, this is what you get now.
With all this collective experience you've garnered throughout your career,
Yeah.
from China to New Japan Dojo to ROH Dojo to just being everywhere, I gotta ask, man, what's next on the list for Remy to conquer? As far as we know, the Nevada title is one thing, but I'm looking at kind of you as being like a real hot commodity
right there, man. Dotted lines, baby.
All
Dotted
right.
dotted lines.
There you go.
There it is.
Dotted
There you
lines.
go.
We're signing somewhere, and wherever it is, I don't know. If there's ever a chance to go and get signed, it's now, right, baby?
Absolutely.
I mean, you feel that? I mean,
Absolutely.
our business is booming at this point in time. There's 3, possibly 4 major companies that are offering out, like, at least, livable.
Yeah,
I could
man,
be a pro
yeah.
wrestler, and even on the indie market that I was the last 5 years before the shutdown, I wasn't doing too bad, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. This man was living well.
Yeah.
Off of just the
Indies.
wrestle hustle, man.
Just indies. It was
that's
good,
role
man.
model stuff right there.
It was good.
Oh,
It-
yeah, goals.
Absolutely, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it because you've been such a standout at FSW for years. Between you doing tag teams, just being versatile, I think is the key that I get from you.
Yeah, man. You have to be. You have to evolve. And every even when you get up to the WWE or any of the television stuff, you have to evolve yourself. And I mean, you've done a great job yourself, my friend.
Thanks,
you
man.
know what I
Thank
mean?
you. Thank
I'm not
you.
gonna lie. So listen. It's just the name of the game, and we all do it. And I always like to look back at LL, right?
Yeah.
Man evolved his game, so
Absolutely.
I want to stay relevant for a long period of time, and I want to just do stuff that's not normal or that they're not expecting me to do, and I think that's what will set me apart from everybody else. And I want to be more authentic. Like not saying that the Sharp Dressed Man wasn't authentic, but it was just a part of me. Like I think this dude that you see before you now, the guy that I'm directing all my energy to, is an authentic person, and I really feel that as soon as I step through the curtain. And then when I get back through the curtain, even in the back, I feel like it's a little bit different now.
I like that, man. I think that's the part where I call it like wrestling Valhalla. When you've reached a point in your career where you're more than comfortable with the level you've achieved and what your persona that you embody now. 86er to me, not just Nevada State title. I really think heavyweight championships is in the things too. Like if you won it once already,
I mean, the powers that be will decide those matchmaking skills. But we all know that right now I'm probably on the road to being as hot as I once was, if not hotter. The other night has proven that. I stepped through that curtain and those people erupt. And there's nothing better than that kind of stuff. Is the live crowd. I mean, I can appreciate this Thunderdome, and I can appreciate the no show or the cinematic stuff, but as a performer, as an artist, and as a just an all around human being, like I really missed the energy that the live crowd gives. So the other night, I want to just thank everyone who came out, who was a part of that super secret, special invite only birthday party, because man, it's that kind of stuff that will take the world that we're living in and it being such a madness time right now. And just, man, the next day I had that adrenaline high, that smile on my face that only pro wrestling in front of a live crowd can do.
Excellent, man. I definitely agree. Wrestling in front of a crowd will always beat not wrestling in front of a crowd, especially when they have the admiration and relationship that you have with the fans. Throughout your years in FSW, who's been your one, funnest opponent, and two, toughest opponent you faced?
I mean, Kevin's probably on that level of like toughest, just because it was a long night. You knew you had to bring your A game. And I didn't really get to wrestle him too often as a singles. It was I was either tagging with him as the 86er, which was fun, or if I was a Whirlwind Gentleman, I was going against him. So it was in those moments where I felt like I definitely had to bring my A game. I really had a lot of fun with Damian Drake. That's a good opponent, both fun and he also made me level up my game in the ring. I will say Ice was a good time, just on the promo as well, because you have to step up your game with Ice. He is a shit talking.
Oh yeah, Ice don't play.
Yeah, man, he can eat you alive too. So you definitely have to hold your own against him. I think a lot of talent at FSW right now is really ahead of the game. A lot more ahead of the game than I was a few years in, like these kids are. So for where we're at right now, I think like the future is bright in this whole like scene in Vegas, and I'm really happy that Las Vegas is starting to really be put on the map by Chris and Kevin being superstars.
Absolutely, the pipeline is open, right? I mean, you see those two, get through, and I think for all of us, we're just like, hell yeah, like, all right, let's bust this bitch open and get the whole people talking about the Vegas scene and what we all bring.
Those two dudes, though, let's take nothing away from them, man. They put in the work. Both of them put in a lot of work. So if there's anything that we can take away from them, is it's achievable, but we gotta put in the work for it.
I definitely. I will say this. I know there's a lot of talented rosters out there in the independent scene, but I will take our FSW roster and put up against any independent roster you got out there, and we'll definitely handle business, man.
I'm more like our as much as we are a crew at FSW, like I really feel like our city has a lot of talent, and there's a lot of people that don't get on a lot of the shows, all three of them. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to know that our city has a deep roster of guys who can perform at very high levels.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of people who can go levels and levels and levels, and it's real motivating. When I go to training, I'm always like, all right, make sure I'm ready. Let's get it going. Oh, Brandy says in the chat, would love to see Remy go against Cepha.
Oh, that's a dream one.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've gone into a war room with Joe about that one. Because I mean, the dude's a problem. We all know he's a problem.
I know that firsthand for sure. Yeah.
But iron sharpens iron, and I gotta test my skills. And I don't know, man. I wrestled the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
man, yeah. And like them boys are, that's a long night. But that was probably another fun one, because I remember walking back through the curtain thinking like, wow, like I definitely got my ass handed to me. However, there was some magic there.
Absolutely, man. I really like what you've been able to do. You're self-made.
What do you mean, like what I've been able to do?
You've been able to really just reinvent yourself constantly.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Really.
Do we want to talk about how I broke my toe in the Toy Con against Hammerstone? And just to wrestle the next night against TJ, Ice, and Funny Bone?
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Listen, I guess I did. Thanks, Joe. You know what I mean? I said, Joe, let me get my No Limits return. He goes, no problem. Broken toe, 4-way. Got you.
Man, I've never seen no one work through more injuries than you in my short time wrestling.
You
had this man had a golfer's elbow that I swear was about as big as my hand, like grasping on. And I'm like, you're okay? He's like, yeah, it's kind of brushing it off. But You know, Remy, man, we thank you for having you on the show, man.
Thanks for having me. Yeah,
you know, it's big ups to have.
Listen, this is a setup here.
Oh yeah,
this
man.
Is, if I can
crew.
coin,
yeah,
it's fly, man.
Oh, it is fly. Only for the fly. The unprofessional wrestling group says R.I.P. The Shade 86.
Well,
sorry, Shade.
Sorry, Shade.
Nothing personal.
Nah.
Nothing personal.
I guess UW doesn't want the Shade.
Thank you so much for having you on the show, man.
Thanks
we
for having
appreciate
me.
you guys. We're going to take one more quick commercial break, then we will wrap up the show here. Don't keep it locked. We got it.
Are you looking for a reliable place to get a haircut? Or is it time for your man to get that shape up? Look no further than Las Vegas's own A1 Barbershop. Located in the heart of the Boulevard Mall to fulfill all of your hair needs. With top-tier barbers such as Slow, Artist Cushy Jackson, and Fresco's personal barber Brennan.
We are back here, wrapping the show up, folks, but don't go anywhere. We got some Fresco's favorites. Madam Rice, what you got for me?
Clippers.
The Clippers won their first round matchup over the weekend. There's a lot of haters going on in the basketball team, man. They felt like, everyone hit the Clippers. Pat Beverly, Marcus Morris, 30 players. Get out of here. You just mad because it's a Clippers time and we smacked them. What we got next?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, the big dog, wreck everything and leave. He came through and won the Universal Championship in a very nefarious means, man. You know, I can picture you doing something like that, man. Just signing the contract, walking up and just give me the belt.
Yeah, that's what me and Sal did, didn't we?
Yeah,
shout out to Sal, man.
Yeah.
I know you're listening. Hopefully, Sal. Miss
and
you,
the
buddy.
late management, what's up? What's up? And one more thing, Madam Rice.
Yes. Black Wrestling 500.
We're going to bring it up again. The Black Wrestling 500. Second year in the game. 159. Fresco-matic. Of course, shout out to my man Watson. You should have been on that list. Shout out to all my people in FSW and all the Vegas scene that made that list, man. We just trying to get notoriety. We just trying to get good. We just trying to get noticed, man. Get that type of recognition as always. What else we got?
That's it?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
our list
it.
is done.
I will say this real quick also. Over the weekend, Tetsuya Naito, one of my favorites, won back the IWGP and Intercontinental Championships. Really, really weird seeing Evil win the title just to lose it right away. But I love Naito, so we cool with that, man. Better DDT, you or Naito?
Oh, man, Naito, baby. No, that story is a good story, though, baby. Like, oh, man, have you watched any of this?
Oh, man, it's great, man. Just him kind of going up and down and them, like, you know.
They're boys, you know.
Yeah, dude. It was wild, man. I can imagine that being even better if they were doing shows earlier. It would have been really fleshed out. But they did a good job with the little time they had. So shout out to them. All right, guys. And that is our minute go home cue, folks. We are here, guys. This has been a great episode 5. We got more things coming up, y'all. Also, down the line, we have special guests. We got special segments. And we're going to turn up more on this show every single week, guys. You in Trouble Now segment, this will be real short. This is for everyone, and I mean everyone, in the tag team division at FSW. Me and Watson are back. Action Braxton helping us out. We making sure that we not going to be left out or left in the dust in the tag division. Sky High, Unguided, Kenny, Shogun, Creature Feature, whoever y'all are, we on y'all ass. And that's not fact or opinion.
What is it?
It's the gospel. All right. For Remy and Madam Rice, I'm Fresco-matic. Thank you so much, folks. Don't forget to like, share, and bring all that for the Fresco Show. Keep it locked. We out.